Hi YouTube and welcome to the Money Mental UK YouTube channel for another exciting episode of Reseller Lads. Today we will be discussing...
Hi YouTube and welcome
hang on,
to the
is that me or you?
UK YouTube channel for another exciting episode of Reseller Lads.
I thought I had that on mute, obviously not. Sorry folks, we'll start again. Yeah, hi, welcome to the Money Mental UK YouTube channel for another exciting episode of Reseller Lads. Today we will be focused on the future. We'll be talking about our future plans, both for our businesses and for ourselves. At the moment, we're just waiting for the rest of the lads to join us. They're literally queuing up outside, I'm sure. But so far, we have got
Hey,
George joined us. Hi, George.
hello.
Famous from the Retro Reselling YouTube channel, not to be confused with the Retro Reselling 82 channel, of course. And we've got Car Boot Chris from Cooking the Haydens.
Hello everyone. Hello.
Later on we should have Tom, the English Picker, joining us, also from the Tom is the English Picker YouTube channel, and Peter Ray from the Peter Ray Adventures. We're just waiting for them to catch up and join us. So yeah, as I say, today's topic we'll be talking about the future, what it holds for us, what it holds for our business. Before we get into it, I don't know, Chris, George, whether you want to introduce yourselves any further?
Can do, yeah. Hi everyone, I'm George Ross, Retro Reselling, and I sell plush toys for hundreds of pounds online. Cheers.
Chris, aka Car Boot Chris. The channel is called Cooking the Haydens because our dog Cookie spends a lot of her time on there as well. And I'm a part-time reseller. That's about it, really.
And I'm Andrew, a part-time eBay reseller from Money Mental UK, and I fail to sell plushies on the internet for anything at all. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about future plans for expanding our business, and then future plans for ourselves as actual people. So if we start off with Chris first of all, because I know you've just entered the wonderful field of Amazon.
Yeah. It started off really well on Amazon. Good couple of weeks, obviously, because all my stock had gone up. I'd sent about 100 items up, and it went well for a couple of weeks. People picking off the best bits, and then it went quiet. And then the last 2 weeks picked up again. So I've decided to carry on with it until Christmas, and I'm going to send a whole load of more stock up there. So yeah, I'm going to give it a proper go until Christmas and see what happens. But as far as the future goes, is that what you're asking, Andrew?
Yeah.
I don't really know, to be honest. I've not really got like a master plan like you have. Because I do it part-time and I've got a full-time job, almost full-time job that pays all my bills and everything, and quite comfortable at the moment. So I'm not ready to sort of go out of my comfort zone too much. So I don't really know where it's going to go. I'm just building and building. I keep listing more and more. I want to get to 1,000 listings as soon as I can, really. And you know, we'll just see what happens after that. I've not got like a master plan. Do you just want to know about reselling, or do you want to go further than that?
We'll go further than reselling afterwards, but
Okay.
I've just noticed that Tom had joined us. I saw his nose. But he's gone blank again now, so hopefully Tom should be back with us in a minute. I know he's in his garden enjoying the sunshine. I can sort of see him. He's muted at the minute, so we'll give him a chance to come on and introduce himself when he's back. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's on his 4G signal. So George, you're a master seller on quite a few platforms, so I don't know if you have got plans for expanding or whether you're sort of like Chris, sort of happy with just keeping on listing.
Yeah, currently just carrying on as I am, really. Obviously got the storage unit, when was that? End of last year. It's getting quite full, so if anything, it's just get a bigger unit, really. Apart from that, just crack on that normal, really.
This could be a short piece if Tom doesn't.
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're sideways.
Oh my God, Tom, what is going on?
Okay, I've got.
I'm trying out a fancy new stand. Just bear with me.
Okay, well, we'll come back to Tom in a
I
minute.
can still hear you. It's just I'm being tech junkie, tech muppet. I think I'm there. Hey, I'm
There
here.
he is.
There he is.
Welcome, Tom.
Well, I'm enjoying what's left of the sunshine anyway. So.
Fair enough. Are the build is finished now, or have you still got all that going on?
Oh no! Oh God, no, mate. No, we've still got digger here and all that. So yeah, I was going to go live from the digger, but I thought maybe not.
Live while you're driving the digger, maybe.
I was going to go live from the porch, but I was actually genuinely worried I might get stuck in there again. So.
Fair
So
enough.
what was the question? Sorry, Andrew.
Well, let's do introductions, shall we? First, Tom, if you'd like to introduce yourself to the YouTube community, who probably already know you, but some might not.
I'm Tom. I've got the channel Tom the English Picker. I occasionally post videos, but I haven't been of late. And yeah, I mainly sell on Amazon, but sort of more on eBay these days. So yeah, it's about that really.
Fantastic. And what are your plans for future expansion of your business, if any, Tom?
I would like to get more storage, but I know that's a slippery slope. I don't know. I mean, I think that it's going to come to the point where expansion can only go so far until you hit the dreaded VAT, and then you've either got to stay below it or you've got to smash through it because you know, I've seen it happen to several people that it's been a monumental pain in the backside to just be over into VAT. So I think if I'm going to get to that close point, I'm going to try and set myself up to just completely smash over it. So then the paperwork that you have to do makes more sense.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was at 85,000 now for the threshold.
Yeah.
Which turnover as well, so across multi-platforms. So yeah, that's not something I'm in danger of touching at the minute, but
yeah,
some point in the future.
I think for me as well, especially if I'm because I've not been going to the car boots. I've been thinking about more wholesale options and retail arbitrage and stuff like that. And you're spending up money to make a smaller amount of money, but in doing so, you end up being closer to the VAT because it is that rolling year of turnover rather than your profit.
Yeah.
You could spend 85 grand on one whatever wholesale and then just to break even, then you're in VAT.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, I think that's sort of in the back of my mind when I'm thinking about expansion and doing all those things. Not that I'm anywhere near close to that, but it's just something that I'm thinking about going forward, because otherwise you're self-limiting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. You've got to smash it, otherwise you can be on 86,000 and you make less money than you do on 84,000.
Yeah,
a lot less money. So
yeah,
definitely something to think about.
And especially, not to go too in depth in that, but with what I've been looking into it, is that it's all complicated when it comes down to selling used goods with VAT, and it's not as simple as like I don't think it's quite set up for sort of our line of business per se, because I've got different friends who are doing VAT, and they're all, you know, they buy in new stuff, they sell new stuff, and it's a bit of a weird grey area to do with that. So, but
have you got a master accountant sat behind you to work it all out?
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, I think that's the plan, and then really thinking potentially about taking on some kind of staff. I mean, you know, we talked the other day about having someone a lister for you. I mean, that'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't think they're ever going to do it as well as you will. So, well, I mean, that's debatable in my scenario, but
I do things certain ways, and I'd be really picky.
I suppose it depends on the platform you're listing on as well.
Yeah.
For eBay, you really want to get that listing as is possible.
Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things. It's like, I don't know whether eBay's set up for that particularly. There's no like I don't think there's a way of like having like an account where they then can't just go and buy stuff on your eBay account. You know, if they're logged in, I'll just buy a load of stuff through this bloke's. Yeah, so
I have Bargain Bell do a load of listing for me.
nice.
How much are you paying her for that privilege?
I pay her in kind, mate.
Okay, I won't ask any more about that.
Yeah.
He probably just doesn't want to see the tat creeping into the bedroom again.
Well, I pay for holidays for her at the end. I keep reminding her, if you list some more stuff, I'll pay for the next holiday. So there you go.
That trip to Bogner's looking even more likely now. So yeah, I guess I should ask myself the question, shouldn't I, while we wait for Peter to join us? In terms of my future plans at the minute, like Chris, I'm just aiming to get to 1,000 listings as quick as possible. I've got another 550 odd to go at the minute. No, 450 odd to go. But I'm sure you find it yourselves. The more you list, the more you sell. So I'm constantly chasing that sort of wheel at the minute, where I list a load at the weekend and I've had a load of sales come through today. So
Nice.
I have to list more to keep up with it. And then,
are you aiming on higher sales averages, Andrew, on the 1,000, or sort of where you are with whatever you sell?
Sorry, go on.
You said you're aiming for 1,000 as quick as possible, but is that 1,000 quality, like higher price items, or is that more?
It's mostly whatever chat I've got in the house. So most of it will be games. I think once I've hit that 1,000 listing, and I've got my aim at the minute is to get rid of as much of the low value stuff as possible. So I could just clear out all that stuff, get rid of that space, and then start focusing on sourcing higher value stuff.
Yeah. So I'm currently on 250 free active listings, and I start getting a bit annoyed if I creep up to 300. So it just means stuff isn't going. So I'd rather have 100 listings and everything's ticking over nicely. Yeah.
Gosh, I don't do eBay hardly at all, and I've got about 350, something like that. Yeah. But saying that, I've had stuff listed.
50 items.
Hey, everyone.
Really, lads.
Hi, Peter.
Right. Let me see
the camera, Peter.
Oh, 1 sec. No, I've done wrong. I've the camera. That's what I've done. 2 seconds.
I know what you mean, though, George. I mean, like I've had stuff listed.
Yeah, for me with
forever,
my
so like 4 or 5 years.
For me, with my with my focus on work at the minute, I just need stuff listed that I can put in a jiffy bag and get out there.
Yeah. I had to rush.
There we go. Lovely.
I had to rush the trouser press today. That was fun. Trouser press. What else? Stereo system.
I think.
DVD. Yeah, it wasn't fun today. It was a hard rack.
Yeah, I've got one of those to list. Is it Corby? Is it Corby? Press. Can't remember who makes it.
Corby. Mine was.
Yeah, I've got one of those to list as well.
You gonna wrap that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Peter, welcome.
Yeah. Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Peter?
Yep. If you don't know, my name's Peter. Part-time eBay reseller, legendary person, YouTuber, the lot. If you haven't subscribed to Peter Ray's Ventures, and please do. I do haul videos, gaming videos, vlogs. If you haven't seen it, come to the channel and have a look. There we go.
Okay, and today, Peter, we're talking about future plans for ourselves and for expanding our business. So we've heard from everyone except me on the future plan. Well, actually, I was just going through my future plans, which was first thing is to hit 1,000 listings, get rid of all my low value stock or as much of it as possible, so that I can then start concentrating on listing the higher value stuff. Higher value stuff generally, as a rule, depends what it is, but could take longer to pack and whatever. So the minute my priority is around listing stuff that the small need you to pack, because I'm still working full time at the minute, so I've got to balance carefully the demands on my time. but yeah, once I've hit that 1,000 listings, I'm going to start focusing on just listing higher quality, higher value stuff and getting my average sale price up. And then I'll be probably trying to move into Amazon as well, just to get rid of some more stuff that's currently all around me in the house. And then eventually, if all goes well, I'll look to join the ranks of the full-time resellers.
Nice.
But I need to clear my gambling debts and stuff like that first off. Get my expenditures at home, my sort of monthly bills, down to a point where I'm spending less money. So there's not such a pressure to generate it, because I don't really fancy going to that threshold either, unless like you say, I'm going to smash past it. So yeah, that was me. Peter, how about you? Future plans for your business?
Well, pretty much I want to try and get around 250, 300 listings, and I try and get rid of all the crap I've got on my eBay store, like either auctions or sales, or and try and generate, like I've probably got about what I reckon about 15, 20 listings that are not so much been sat around for ages, but just low, really badly low value items. Even though quite a lot of the items that I sell on Spock, Gumtree, Facebook, now I do when I get a chance to cross list them. But I want to get around 250, 300 items, and it's mainly about learning more niches, learning about more stuff, and picking up tips, ideas, how you can be able to get your average selling price up, and that's pretty much. And obviously, in the future, I'll be able to get more areas for stock. Say for example, I pick up, I don't know, a keyboard, for example. It's just having a space where, you know, right, that's going there, this is going there. At the moment, it's just here and there and everywhere. So more listings up and more space, and get rid of deadwood. That's pretty much.
Yeah, the deadwood is definitely nice to get rid of. I mean, obviously, if you've got 300 items listed that nobody wants, it's never going to sell. But I always subscribe to the theory that everything sells eventually. I've got nothing in my store now that's been there since it opened, apart from one Yoshi plush that just will not sell at all. I don't know why. It's competitively priced. I'm gonna have to rephoto it and relist it, I think. But yeah, that won't sell. Everything else is gone. Some of it's gone, you know, for small losses or whatever. But that's fine. It's all part of learning. I'm not afraid to take a couple of losses here and now to you know, as long as the overall turnover and it's still good, the overall profit's good, and I'm still getting rid of stuff, then I'm happy. As
long as 9 out of 10 of things you buy are selling for profit, you're all good.
Exactly. Unless I spent, like, you know, $1,000 on something and then I sold it for, you know, 50p, I think I'm going to be all right.
Sometimes you just get rid. That's what I do. Just donate stuff.
I've now got a policy that if it's been there for 6 months or more and somebody makes a low ball offer, I'll probably just accept it just to be rid of it. Unless it's going to cost me more to post it than the offer they've made. Because I've had a couple of £2 offers on things this week, and I was like, well, it's going to cost me more than that to post it. Ain't no way I'm accepting that. But yeah, now I'm just like, get rid of it, move on to stuff, because you're learning all the time. You're learning what to source, what sells, and you're improving. So that's what I'm doing. So next question I was going to ask before we come on to our plans for the future was, is there anything that you currently at the minute avoid picking up that you would like to pick up and learn about more in the future, or try and enter the reselling market on? So I think we'll do it on the order on my screen. So I think Chris is first.
You didn't pre-warn me about this one.
No, this is a question that came up as a result of what Peter just said.
No pressure.
Probably. I mean, it's mad, really, because everyone sells games, right? And I don't really do much in the way of games. And 20 years ago, I had my own game shop, so I was quite well up on games sort of 20 years ago. But I've lost the knowledge, and I think I said this at the last chat. So I would like to do more in the way of games, especially the retro stuff like PS1, PS2, and older even.
I suppose what was sought after 20 years ago, though, is probably still what's sought after now.
You're probably right there, yeah. But I mean, I don't see much in the way of PS1, and I know a lot of people get a lot of money out of PS1 games. But what I have started doing at the minute, I've started buying up PS2 games in the theory that in 5 years' time they'll be the next PS1 games. So I'm going to store them all in my loft and then dig them out as they start getting more valuable. I've got like I bought this big bag of PS1 games, PS2 games, and they're all reasonable titles as well. I mean, I could sell a lot of them now for like 10 quid, most of them. So I reckon in about 5 years they might be worth something. So I'm gonna start looking for, like when you get 3 for a quid on PS2 games and they're half decent. I'm gonna start collecting them, and that's what I need to look at games, really, I think.
Fair enough.
I mean, the good thing with PS2 games is at least you can easily send them large letter. PS1 games are a bit annoying because fragile cases, and they're just...
That is true, yeah.
Somebody has just made a 99p offer for the Yoshi Soft Toy Plus. I'm assuming that's somebody who's watching this chat now. I reckon I know who it probably is. Sell with Ron has just made that. It will cost more, Ron, for me to ship that than it will for me to...
I'm going to counter him.
Yeah, I've counted him. 9 quid he can have it for. Nick's just having a late dinner, so he sends his apologies. Yeah, games. I love games. I've just listed Castlevania. I had to list it for $250 in the end because it was missing the artwork that was with it, which I hadn't realised. And I've already turned down an offer of $170 for it.
170?
Yeah. So definitely games. And I've also listed Dragoon for 115, I think, and I've turned down 60 for that. I listed that on the same day, so that's 230 quid that I've turned down already. This is really good money in games. I will accept an offer at some point, but it's got to be higher than that.
That's brave. You're going for George's tactic.
Yeah. Didn't you take offers off in the end as well, George?
No, offers were on. I put a 10% sale on my whole store. So it went to...
Sorry.
Yeah, I had a 10% offer sale. So 450, still with best offer on, but they just paid straight away, which is nice.
Fair enough.
He went on his way today, actually. Special delivery. So he's been replaced.
I saw your new replacement. I watched your video.
Yeah, bit of Street Sharks this time.
It's awesome.
So, George, is there anything that you're not scared but tend to avoid at the minute, but that you might pick up in the future?
I was having a good think. Probably like, I know there can be good money in like glass, like vintage glass, ceramics, but I don't really want to pick that stuff up. It doesn't really interest me. But apart from that, I can't really think. I already pick up menswear. Trainers is one that I didn't used to pick up, but now I do because I was a bit, so can't really think apart from that really. So probably glassware, so I know there is good money. Like paperweights. Like one can look the same as a cheap one, but it could be worth like a couple of hundreds or something. Maybe. Yeah, that's about it really. I pick up most things.
Fair enough. Peter, you're next on my list.
Just trying to think. like I kind of sort of, in a way, in a very, very small way, dabbled in electronics, but it's sort of like I see it. I'm like, should I not? It's sort of thing. It's the way like sort of thinking, especially when I go around car boots and stuff. Is like, is that going to work? Is that not? I should realistically just go and take a punt on it, because obviously there's very good money in vintage electronics, like even VCRs and DVD players, that sort of thing. There's still some decent money in it, but it's just that sort of thing where we think, do I? And then I just bottle out. But I really should just go straight in and go, would you take sound so for it, and that's it. Get over and done. Like I've done with clothing, I've gone over that and just gone pick up loads of stuff. But yeah, that's what I can think of really. Just electronics, I should be more. Just basically should get in there pretty much.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Tom, is there anything you haven't picked up?
Yeah, I mean there is stuff. I don't really do clothes, but that isn't something I want to go into because I can't really stand listing clothes. I mean there's things that I want to kind of get out of, which is actually gaming, bizarrely enough, because the problem is I want to keep it all.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that healthy, because what happens is I end up buying gaming lots, keeping the good stuff, and then I'm constantly trying to sell the crap. It's just so silly. So I'm trying to get out of that. But the two areas, I'm being greedy. I'm going to say there's three areas that I want to try and go into. First one's Lego. I've always avoided Lego because it does my head in. But recently I've sort of sprung up a few contacts in the Lego world, and now potentially got a constant supply of it. So maybe, I don't know. It's one of those, oh my God, am I ready for this? Is it going to send me insane trying to make sets up? But we'll see. And then the other one is into like tools and stuff like that, because I see loads at the car boot, like old tools and stuff like that. And I've sold the odd one or two, but I know that there's some mental money in that sort of stuff.
I know a bloke who goes round Chirk car boot, picks up all the old tools, pays like £1 or £2 for him, puts them on auction, and some of the prices he gets are in the hundreds.
Yeah.
But he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's looking for, and he's picking them up. I wouldn't have a clue.
In fact, that's my one, Tom. You just reminded me. Tools is something I really want to get into. But at my local boot sales, I don't know about you, but as soon as there's tools coming out of the car, there's like a massive stampede. So that's why I haven't really bothered. I know there's some silly money.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, modern tools are not particularly, for me, it would be looking up the sort of older stuff that would interest me. I'm also with selling newer tools, you've got to watch out with stolen things, especially like power tools. You can't, it's nicked. And then the last thing I want to go into is back into selling costume jewelry again, because I've given up. I've handed in my notice at the last antique centre that I sell at, just because it's there's too much competition from retired people selling there. So I've handed in my notice there, and I'm going to have a go at listing some of it online. I don't really know. I'm part of Texas. What's the name? Margaret Texas Gal Treasures Facebook group about jewelry reselling, which is a good one to join if you're interested in that. And some of the people on there sell like what look like crappy bits of plastic for insane money. So
I've only just learned how to spell brooches. Like, for me, brooches, it sounds like it's got an A in it, but apparently it's double O according to Lex.
Yeah.
So I definitely ain't going to be a jewelry seller. Not with that. I can't. Not with that limited amount of knowledge I've got there. I can't even spell the stuff properly.
Yeah, it's a weird word. It should be. It's like it should be brooches. Like ooh.
Whoever invented the English language needs shooting.
Yeah.
For me, it's funny you should mention large electricals and vintage electricals, Peter, because that's definitely the market that I'm looking to break into. Because they go for a couple of quid at car boots round here, stuff that's worth quite a bit of money. So I'm stupid to walk past it and not pick it up. So I have started picking up a few sort of vintage electricals now to sell on. I'll get those listed. I'll see how I do with it in terms of packing and sending them out. Learn from it. If I do all right at it, then I'll carry on. If I don't, I've spent a grand sum of 20 quid on learning about it. So it's not exactly going to be a huge loss.
It's just basically research.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about, pretty much. Learning the brand and the models that sell, compared to what you see at car boots. Realistically,
If you like vintage electronics, look out for my latest boot.
all right, fair enough. Yep, there we go.
Hey, and
Check it out.
vintage electronics galore. So there's Betamax player, there's a boombox, there's everything.
yeah.
Just, look out for that.
Do you not get stung quite a lot on the electronics in regards to like picking stuff up and then it not working?
Funny you should say that. There's another video coming out all about that.
God.
It's like an infomercial.
I always sort of work for the premise that if you've paid so little for it, then it doesn't matter if you have to write it off.
Yeah.
If you're paying, well, that's the thing around here though. The prices are dirt cheap. I imagine down where you are, George, they're a bit more expensive.
Yeah, I got my hi-fi guy, but he's reliable because he's there every week, so he's not going to sell me dodgy stuff. But
that's good.
Because I pick up so much of it, say I spend like £200 on the electronics, even if like 40 quid's worth is just going to the tip, that £200, like at least triple that easily on electronics because I'm prepared to ship it out. So yeah, there is a pile sort of in the garden to go to the tip, but it's only cost me like £35, I think I've added up so far, which is a pain, but overall. Yeah.
I bought a couple of bits recently, electronics. I bought a boombox thing like this size, and I bought a Walkman, and both of them ended up not working, and it's really annoyed me. And I know it's only cost me 12 quid, but mind you, having said that, the boombox, I got 15 quid back off Facebook for parts and spares or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've got my money back, but it's still a bit annoying.
Probably just the belt that's gone in the Walkman,
Probably, yeah, but I ain't got a bloody clue how to fix that.
2 minutes on YouTube and a screwdriver. What's the worst that can happen? You might set fire to bar. Give it to Fix It Frida. Tell us you need to expand your skills.
Even if it's broken, I've sold a broken boombox to like a magazine company because I just used it as a retro photo shoot.
Oh,
I still made a lot of money, even though it was completely dead, didn't even power on.
Right.
Just a dummy sort of thing, yeah.
I've sold broken electronics before as well. There is a market for spares, but there's got to be enough in it for the person who picks it up to want to fix it themselves, really, hasn't there?
Also, the problem is you can put it in the title, it's spares or repairs, the item condition, a little note on the photo that says spares or repairs, and the description, and then someone gets it and says, it doesn't work.
Don't get me started on that, man.
Yeah.
I put it in the title, condition. I also do it once, middle and bottom of my description, and people still do it. It's not working. I know.
I know, that's why you got it for 50p. And the other thing that, I kind of already sell it anyway, but I'm rubbish at it, is clothing. I need to get better at listing and putting the effort into selling the clothes, because I've got boxes full of stuff that I picked. Originally, when I went into reselling, I had this great idea that I was going to do clothing and collectibles. So I picked up loads of clothing, loads of collectibles, did brilliantly on the collectibles, and the clothing just sort of sat there. So I do need to just like get a box of it, go through it, get it listed, and keep doing it, because it's, it's good money in it, but it just bores me. It just completely bores me. I'm not excited about it at all.
No.
But definitely the electronics, that, I do like that. I enjoy testing it out, picking it up. It's just the storage space that holds me back. But I've been selling TVs for a year now, so it's not much different, really. All right, so that was future pickups. We've done everyone, haven't we? Yeah, we have done everyone on that.
Mhm.
So, what about the plans for your own future? What would you like to do in the future? How would you like to develop? This isn't just reselling related. This is as a person.
Oh
We'll
God.
start off in the order that's in front of me. So, Chris.
I think my main goal, really, and that is for me and Belle, is to live abroad or to have a place abroad. That is the ultimate for me. I'd like to live somewhere other than this country. So, ideally, Florida, maybe Spain, if somewhere a bit closer. That's what I'd like to do, is go abroad. And if I can't afford to live abroad, definitely buy a place abroad. That is it.
Nice.
Does Spain have car boot sales?
Probably not. No.
Nah, it's not for me then.
But Florida
Flea market.
Florida has lots of stuff like that.
Is it actually Spain that you would like to go to?
Florida would be better.
Oh, hurricanes, though.
Nah, it's nothing.
That's what puts. I love America, but the thing that puts me off there is wherever you end up, you're either going to be an earthquake, a hurricane, a tornado, or shot. No,
Isn't like Florida
all will
like-
happen at once.
Isn't like Florida like 20% alligators as well?
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's covered in sinkholes as well.
or attacked by the wildlife.
Or other Americans.
So yeah. I'm quite comfortable living in the country that we had an earthquake here in Wales once. Oh my God, it was only like tiny, but I nearly filled my pants.
I'll be
Bed
starting
was
to
shaking, and I was like, "This isn't normal."
You sure that was an earthquake, Andrew? You didn't have someone else in there?
Oh, no. Ain't nobody been in that bed apart from me or the dog for a long time.
Don't eating your cooking.
Yeah.
All right, George. Any plans to move abroad, or are we going to go somewhere different?
No, I'm too close to family. I have to stay where I am. But life goals, still working through them. But when I first started, it was clear our debts. Obviously, moved out when we was young, like 19, with a child, no job, etc. So almost this year actually should be debt free, which is tick number one. And then on to saving for a mortgage. I'd love to obviously own my own home in a nice area. And then apart from that, live comfortably and then visit places, not live there, but like visit America, Australia. Nowhere too exotic. We're not really bothered about Asia and stuff.
I'd recommend North Wales for a visit.
I've been to Cardiff for a football match. That was about it. I was in and out.
That's South Wales. That's you can't compare South to North.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit sort of standard, sort of mortgage, just sort of see nice places. That's about me, really. Yeah.
Fair enough. Peter.
Just trying to think about this, but I would like with a non-reselling side, love to move to somewhere in the country, whether it be North England or South or whatever. Also, like, I think like just I say like to move to the country, like, because obviously where I live, it's basically very hustle and bustle, and so obviously I'm 40 minutes via train from London, so it's just manic, and everything's like it's just one traffic jam after next, and everything's just so expensive. That sort of thing. It's like probably double most places, so that sort of thing. But I think that's pretty much it, realistically. No, obviously keep on reselling, so keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
To move out to countryside, like, because obviously I watch quite a lot of these programs like Place in Country, that sort of stuff, and it's always like thinking whereabouts in the country I would sort of like to live, which part of the country, because there's a very nice places, north or south, like countryside. It's that sort of thing, like cricket pitch and a country pub and all that sort of thing. But it's sort of a dream that I've had for years, but it's always been a pipe dream. But one day I'll get there, as you say. Keep at it, and you'll get there one day.
There's a village near where I used to live in Blackpool called Ray Green. It is just that perfect picture postcard village with the village pub, the cricket pitch.
Oh, lovely postcard, yeah, or a picture. Oh, yeah.
Houses around there cost a fortune, but
I can imagine. Yeah.
But yeah, I did think about buying a house there at one point, but then I decided I'd rather move 90 miles back to Wrexham.
And why?
I had to get away from some troublesome relationships.
Oh, well, fair enough.
This may shock you.
As well.
This may shock you, Peter, but not every woman has fallen madly in love with me. Or the ones that have turned out to be completely mad.
Oh dear.
Don't start me on house prices though. Oh my god. Living in Essex or near London. We won't get onto that.
God, I would say move to Wrexham, but actually no, don't. I can't do with the competition.
I'm quite lucky with my boot sales. I don't have to travel far, and can't leave my mum, can I? You know, mum and dad pop there every Sunday, have a cake.
Must be one of the few people who walks into the estate agents and goes, right, I want a house with lots of storage for tat, and I want it close to the local car boots.
Yeah.
Not bothered about what the house looks like, storage, proximity, that's it.
I like going on like what's the app, Zoopla and that, just going price first and just seeing that outbuildings, just this dream of filling it all up with tat.
It's a slippery slope, George.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to burst out a little bit on my 75 square foot. I was looking at 175 square foot, but that's like £300 a month. So it's a bit of a yeah. But not sure yet.
I guess the trick is if it means you can get that much extra stuff in there that's going to generate you that extra income, then fair enough. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If it isn't.
So I've got my garage as well, which is obviously cold, damp, and unsafe. So I'd get rid of that straight away.
Yeah.
But that's only £50 a month. So yeah, still deciding.
It's a long winter.
Sounds about the size of my mortgage.
Is it? Oh God.
I wish my mortgage was that. So it's 600 for mine.
Gosh, yeah.
Tom,
my rent's more than that. Bloody hell.
Well, mine's sort of similar in a way. I'd like to try and pay off my mortgage early, preferably in the next 10 years if I can, and also pay off my student loan, because I was stupid and did a degree and then did a master's and then spent all my student loan on cider. So then I had to take more debt out to pay for the actual stuff I needed for uni rather than cider. So, I mean, I was fortunate back in those days that tuition fees were like £1,500 a year. So I got off lightly. I just got in before the silly fees came in. So, you know, that's more achievable first. So I'd like long term. I'd like to be debt free if I can. I mean, that'd be ace. But yeah, and then along those same lines is to buy my own commercial space that I could be in and potentially sublet to other people. I think that'd be cool. And then the people who are, you know, I'm renting the part of the space out would pay for all the mortgage on that space.
Yeah.
And then I'd have endless amounts of space to fill with utter crap. So.
Would you let other resellers in there, or would you be like, nope, sorry?
Oh God, no. There's enough of the resellers around here, and there's also another well-known reseller in the community who's moving up this way soon. So I've got too much competition as it is. So
Technically, it's two, isn't it?
Yeah, it's two. Yeah,
A couple.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare. To be fair, I'm quite glad I've sort of moved out the car boots because I'd have to get boxes of tissues to, you know, to be like, you know, wipe my tears of losing all this great stuff. So yeah, that's it. Really. I mean, there's
Yeah,
lots of goals.
I
You know,
can,
you could go on for days about stuff. You know, but I think those are, you know, in my mind quite a lot. But doing it without sort of sacrificing any kind of quality of life, you know, you can take it to the extreme. But I mean, you get these people who like try and pay off their mortgage in 5 years and stuff like that. There's a online thing that Scavenger Life always talk about called Money Mustache. I can't say it, and they're all about like super savers, people who save in money, like buying, you know, living off ramen noodles and stuff like that, just so they can pay the mortgage off. But yeah, you want a bit of quality of life.
I always, my problem with that approach is always that, like, you could die tomorrow. So what have you saved that for? You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather enjoy myself and have the experiences. And if I can clear a bit of debt at the same time, great. If I can't, no one's going to die except me, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I'm like in the vague hope that at some point they'll just decide that I've had a student loan for so long that they'll kind of forget about it under a pile of paperwork somewhere. But I don't think that's going to happen. I've got a friend actually that happened to. He came to retirement age and they got rid of his student loan. It's like, oh, you jammy sod.
So basically, you want to retire as soon as possible so you don't have to pay off your student loan.
Yeah.
I thought it does get wiped after like 40 years or something like that. Not that I know, but
Yeah, maybe it does. I don't know.
yeah, I didn't go to uni myself, but I thought that was one of the things. But I don't know.
Some of the comments will probably chirp up.
I think they've changed it that many times that for some people it does, and for some people it just carries on until it's paid. And
yeah,
I don't know. I was lucky because the Welsh Assembly paid grant money to me, so my degree was funded by them, and I got paid to do a degree. So no student debt.
nice.
But you know, had I not been living in Wales, I'm sure it would have been a different scenario entirely. But yeah, for me, I mean, I've still got quite a lot of gambling debt that I need to pay off. Because when I was 30, I was debt free apart from mortgage, and my mortgage is about 3. But yeah, the last couple of years of financial irresponsibility, I've seen that I need to, which is why I do this eBay, is that I pay off my debt. So basically, what I get from eBay covers most of that, and then I'd like to, I don't know, maybe meet a girl, settle down. But I've got a dog, so you know, I've got my backup plan. And yeah, I just sort of eventually move towards
there's a stranger that's
not having to work for someone else.
This weird bearded homeless man that's joined us.
The cavalry's arrived.
Bearded homeless man. What the hell?
Oh, it's you, Nick. Sorry, I didn't recognise you with that.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was just finished my dinner. Everything happened at the wrong times. Right, trying to shrink the screen.
How you doing, Nick? You okay? I'm sure there's many people who don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm good. I can show you if I turn this what I've been doing. These are the cassettes. They're all looked up and valued.
Oh gosh!
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have fun listing these.
Have you tested them, Nick, or are you just selling them untested?
So in terms of your future plans, I'm gonna guess that the start is listing the cassettes.
Yeah, that's for the next couple of days for sure. It was interesting. You may have seen I was chatting in the side chat, and it's fascinating because I was just saying to George trying to get on the housing ladder, and that's the best thing we ever did, and that set us up for life. Paying off our mortgage, we threw everything into the mortgage, and it means we can kind of relax these days. So our mission really is to do less.
Yeah, at the moment we're just playing all our extra income into paying off our like family debts for moving out and that.
Yeah.
which is good in a way because it's nearly done. But in a way, we could be doing that towards a deposit. But
No, I think you're right. I think clear that debt, and then you've got a clean slate, and then you can build up a deposit.
yeah,
And you can get a bigger mortgage without having the debt as well, because obviously that comes off what you can get, which means you could, theoretically get a nicer house with a, a tack cave.
And it will feel like an impossible dream, but I mean,
when we first on the drive.
I was going to say, when we first decided we were going to buy, house prices around here went mental, and you know how near we are to London. It was eye-watering, but we just made that mental decision, and if you commit to it, you can do it. It's as simple as that.
Chelmsford has just gone boom. Like even a small house is just eye-watering now, which is quite annoying. With the girls being at school, we don't really want to move them about, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't envy you at all, but I'm sure you can do it, mate.
Yeah, I just need a few more B stores, don't I? Get them in.
Get another 100 of those. Find a shipping container full somewhere.
Yeah.
Mind you, you'd have to release them onto the market piecemeal, wouldn't you? So it doesn't get flooded. You don't want to drive that price down.
Just drip them in every now and then.
Yeah. He's probably sat on 10 now in his garage. He's not telling us about. There is this huge north-south divide in property prices as well, because like I'm thinking about getting a second property as a rental investment, and I could get 2-bedroom, 2 up, 2 down for about 80 grand round here. I imagine where you are.
Bloody hell.
That's a lot. Like that. You probably couldn't even buy a garage.
I think I'm originally from Southend, and I think one of the beach huts along the seafront's about that.
Yeah.
How much tack can you fit in that?
Not a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So Nick,
Sorry, go on.
welcome. Do you introduce yourself to the channel?
Oh, can do. Yeah, hi, I'm Nick. I sell stuff on the internet. I talk about it on YouTube. Nice to meet you.
I'm getting a crazy amount of sales while we're doing this. I don't know if everyone else is.
Oh yeah, wow, share them about.
Yeah, go on.
Well, about 5 come through in the last 20 minutes. So what are your plans in terms of future business then, Nick? Wind down or move in a different direction?
Be more efficient is always my struggle, so I can earn the same amount of money by doing less. But stay focused on the fact that I worked hard enough to do little as I get older. I'll be 50 in 4 and a bit years, so I want to do less and less. Yeah, the big 5-0 is looming. That's frightening.
The big 3-0's looming for me.
Oh, Jesus.
I hear we're all going to Chelmsford for a Reseller Lads special for George's 30th.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm up for that.
Well, I'm almost at the 2,500 subs, and I was going to do my skydive for charity, and I was going to maybe link in a meetup in Essex, maybe with that, but that's loosely.
What? So we can watch you jump out of a plane?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
well,
we have a big target there for you to land in, right in the middle of us.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing an Essex meetup, but I don't do arranging things. I'm allergic to that.
Well, it won't happen on its own.
No.
I hope it would.
You just need to find a local co-host as well, maybe. There's got to be someone else down there in Essex.
Well, hopefully not, on my patch,
Could start a turf war here.
Yeah.
And what about in terms of your own sort of personal future, Nick? Is there any sort of aspirations you've got there? I know you've been working on your on the pub game. Can I call it a game, or I get it told game?
Sorry, what was the last bit?
I know you've been working on the pub.
Yeah. Well, that everything is finalised. It's all in the hands of the printers now, so I'm just waiting for that. All the cards to be done, all the stamps are done, so that's happening. But that's more of I kind of see that as my hobby alongside YouTube these days. Future plans, more travel, really, if we can. Ellen, our daughter, she's hoping to get into university, so that will free us up to travel more, around the UK, worldwide, whatever, really, and not have to worry about daughter. And because Monty sadly passed away, we don't have to worry about him anymore, which is sad, but also quite freeing at the same time.
When's Monty the second coming?
Oh, don't you start. The girls are on at me every day.
What's happened?
I think we will get another dog, but I am enjoying the freedom to not have to worry about a pet right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I miss him painfully.
Yeah.
You'll be ready when you're ready, Nick.
Yeah.
Don't rush it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is difficult arranging your life around the dog. I'm learning that one. Especially as he keeps getting himself banned from doggy daycare.
Does he? What does he do? Why?
He takes after his owner when it comes to the ladies. He's learned from the best to be the worst.
Mine tags along with me.
He's good at the boots. But he's just when I'm working in the day and whatever, he needs to, have a bit of time to enjoy himself, doesn't he? But unfortunately, he takes it too literally. And I don't like it, but there you go.
Gents, I'm going to have to dip out for a second.
We're almost at the hour.
And it's running out, so apologies.
No worries. I think we're nearly at the end now anyway. It's time for questions from the chat. If anyone in the chat's got questions for us. So I think we've covered the conversational subject in a remarkable 56 minutes.
I'll see you all guys later. My phone's beeping at me. I got 5%, so
okay.
catch you all later.
Take care, Tom.
Yeah, take care, Tom.
Oh, we forgot to ask Nick if there's any areas that you're not currently picking up or selling in any niches that you'd like to get into in the future.
Not that I'm consciously thinking about, no. I've been looking at a lot more vinyl recently. I need to expand my knowledge a bit on vinyl. I've bought and sold it. I've dabbled for years and years and never took it seriously. But with the recent influx of kids getting into vinyl, I think the market is huge and the online market is huge. So, yeah, maybe a bit more vinyl. But I've got to shift these cassettes first.
I've got about 200 vinyl records that I need to go through as well. Give a play, make sure they're still working, and then get them listed if they are. I picked up a big Sony hi-fi deck for a £5 on Sunday, which has got a record player on it, so that'll be getting used to test them on before it gets sold.
Nice.
In reality, you can't really test vinyl. You'd have to play the whole thing to say it's tested and working, and you don't have 2 hours for every record.
I've only tested for my own enjoyment,
It's like, funnily enough, though, Tom said, or somebody asked, do I test the cassettes? And there's a guy who's been getting head and shoulders above everyone else's prices by putting just the word tested in. But I'm thinking, again, he can't play both sides of a tape. If you're old enough like me, you'll know that sometimes if the tape got screwed up in the mechanism, that could be just 1 or 10 seconds of the tape that's screwed. The rest could play perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of I don't know. These people aren't playing the whole thing, surely. I could test it that it works, as in put it in, press play, that sound coming out, and then I could put tested in the title. But is that really testing it? I don't think so.
I'd call that sound testing.
Yeah.
So it's sound tested.
I might chance my arm and just press play until sound comes out, and then put tested in the title. But it's a bit of a stretch, I think.
Well, it's like load testing on the game, though, isn't it? I'll test the game to the load screen. If it works, it loads. It's tested.
Yeah.
Not that I'm encouraging any unscrupulous business practices, by the way, folks. If you tested something, say it's tested, of course. But if you haven't tested it, don't say it's tested.
Basically.
All right. I don't see any questions having come in the chat, so I think we might be able to get away with heading off.
I think I saw one. I don't know if
did we have one? Sorry.
I can't find it though. That's the only thing. Well, I had a question because we was talking about uni and that. What did everyone actually learn, like from school, like afterwards, like college, uni, sort of thing. Like personally, I was always sporty. I was always destined to be a PE teacher or physiotherapist. I got to college and I just couldn't give two monkeys now.
No.
I learned that I'm not cut out to be an active participant in the world of art and filmmaking.
I guess you make films sort of now.
Yeah, a little bit. But, yeah, art was my thing. I was, A grade student at, GCSE and onwards, and right the way through to art college, where I got a degree in animation, and yeah, had a nervous breakdown and left the profession forever. Sums it up.
I guess though you've done some artwork for the pub game, haven't you?
Yeah, it does scratch that creative itch, that one.
Yeah,
that's part of the reasoning behind it. I think, I can't let the idea go, and I enjoy it, so I'm going to do it regardless.
For me, I did a history degree because I had some kind of aim of being a history teacher, with the tweed jacket and the patches on my elbows and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it taught me that A, I don't ever want to be in education again. B, I don't ever want to be working in education. So yeah, I still have nightmares about doing exams now, and I'm 15 years out of that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I do know. I enjoy going to historic sites. I enjoy having an extra appreciation for it. That's about all I've learned.
I was going to ask Chris.
Don't do uni, kids. It's a waste of time. Get a job instead.
I was going to ask Chris, because I know we share a profession in our past. Why did you leave the force?
I spent 13 years as a cop.
Wow.
From the age of 25 to 38, and it just became way too stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a specialist role towards the end, doing like licensing, so something that Andrew probably would have enjoyed if he'd have been in that area. But
I'd have taken some kickbacks.
Yeah, it was just so stressful, and in the last 5 years especially, I was kind of a part of a team of 5, which went down to 1, which was me, having to do the work of everyone else. It was an impossible situation.
Yeah.
And actually I couldn't face going back out on the streets as a regular cop again. I just couldn't face going back out, because I'd spent too long out of it, and I'd lost my confidence, I'd lost my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to leave and get my sanity back, really, I think.
Yeah, I totally understand.
How long did you do?
I was in and out. I switched from uniform into a role in civilian. I was working in a fingerprint bureau, but all told, between the two, it was a little over a year. I knew very quickly when I was out on the streets in uniform that I had to get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm glad I had that moment of clarity, really, because I would have got myself so stressed if I'd have forced myself to stay.
I think doing 13 years for me, it's definitely affected probably my personality, and it's affected me probably deeper than I will ever admit, because the things you have to deal with, the people, the things you see.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's had a profound effect on me. But I've also gained a lot of experience in life and dealing with people, and so I wouldn't change it, but I'd be interested to see where I would be now if I hadn't joined the cops.
Yeah,
I just haven't got a clue. But you can't look at it like that, really, can you? Because you can't change anything.
absolutely. But yeah, there is nothing quite like joining the police force to give you a thick skin and toughen you up. Blimey, when you said the things you see, I just had some images in my head, and I was only in a year, so
yeah,
it's quite shocking.
I worked in M&S for half a year.
Oh, the things you see in M&S.
God.
It's changed my life.
I did 3 years in M&S.
I was a Christmas temp. That was me.
That's how I started there.
Bargain Bell wants you to remember you met her in the police force as well, Chris.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's the things he's seen.
Exactly.
Oh, Richard's just said, sorry, going back to the chat briefly, he said he's sold a lot of tapes and never had any problems with them, so no returns, which is good to know.
Ian Markham was tested though, Richard.
Yeah,
That's what I'd ask.
because it really did seem to make the difference between getting the average price or getting, head and shoulders above, putting tested in. So
maybe Richard is that seller.
Maybe.
Peter, how about your education?
For me, I left school 2006. I went straight to a local college. 2 years doing IT. Pretty much, I would always thought I'd go and sit in an office on a 15th floor of an office or something, and do that for years. But I sort of we're hoping to do that. I was hoping to sort of do, because it was like you do level 1, 2, and then you can go on to do higher degrees at college, like level 3, 4, that sort of thing, with like Cisco systems, hardware or software. But I sort of it's sort of a day one of college. 3 friends I knew from school joined the same group, so we got involved in all sorts of different things down the local pub at 16. Yeah. Say no more. And then we sort of got our work done, but in the end, think about it now, if I would have pushed on, I might have been able to get into the grades to do kind of do level 3 and be able to do with Cisco systems, to be able to either do the hardware or software side of things. Then who knows where it'd have been. But as you're like 17, 18 and you just think, I sod it, that'll do. You sort of want to party all your life, but you kind of regret it nowadays. But it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Can't turn the clock back.
Are you still looking for jobs now, Pete, or is the reselling kind of filling that?
At the moment, reselling's doing okay. Obviously, keeping an ear out for part-time. Like, I can't do full-time anymore. No way. Not with everything's going on, but part-time would be a few hours a week or something, just to get that, bolster that money up, kind of do it for a while, and then sort of see where I am. But it's sort of like, obviously where I'm learning a lot of things in reselling world, because obviously if I didn't start doing reselling, then I wouldn't have met a lot of people. Obviously I wouldn't have done YouTube. So it's sort of like swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we'll be seeing Peter reseller of the year before long.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
All right. I think it's probably time for us to say goodbye. Yeah, no more questions in the chat, so I think we can probably say goodbye. I take the Peter Ray approach. He taught me well in terms of asking each of you to say goodbye, promote your channel, and talk about what videos you're bringing out next. So if we start with the legendary car boot Chris.
Sorry, I totally missed what you said there, Andrew. Can you say it again?
I was saying time for us to wrap up. So if you want to promote your channel and say what videos you've got coming out next, that'd be ace. Yeah.
So if you fancy subbing Cookie and Hayden's, you not only get Car Boot Chris, but you get Cookie as well. So one, and Bargain Bell sometimes pops in there as well. And I'm starting a new little series on the reselling front, but I'm not going to say anything about that. So you just need to watch this space. This week I might release the first one. It's a new little little angle to the reselling videos.
Fair enough, thank you, George.
Yeah, as I said previously, I've got a video coming out from the weekend's pickups and like picking them again, and also finally getting out my electricals video this week, which is it really worth the time and effort and money laid out for electrical items? So that should be, yeah, during the week.
Thanks, George. Nick.
Yeah, I need to do lots of editing.
Always.
I filmed 2 different boot sale vids. I don't know what footage I got, whether they're even worth editing together. I still want to do a video of me test. I've been building up a load of consoles, like games consoles, and I tend to save them up and test them in batches and then get them listed. So I thought that might be interesting. Don't know when I'm going to do that, but yeah, videos will come at some point.
Excellent. And Peter?
Wednesday, I'll be live at 4 o'clock. That's UK time. Just the usual ramblings, and I've got a small carpet haul to share. Also, Friday, I've got a first proper vlog from when I went to Hampton Court. Well, I went around there to an area called Bushy Park. I did that the other Saturday. I got 6 vlogs from there to edit at some point. The first one should be out on Friday. Also, I want to have a look at doing, because I used to do a series how much certain things are worth. I've done about 10, 15 of them, going on having a look at what certain things are worth. So I want to do another one on match attacks. Let's see what the prices are. What I'll probably do, I'll probably pre-record that at some point soon in the next week or so, and just get out on YouTube Premiere, that sort of thing. But apart from that, I've got plenty of ideas. It's just implementing those ideas to get out when the weather's okay and just get out and do it. But apart from that, I'm always about somewhere doing something.
Fair enough. Okay, thanks, Peter.
There's no 1,000 a day, Pete. That's the trouble.
Yeah, very much. And I'm Andrew from Money Mental UK, the channel you're currently watching. I'm trying to line up a reseller Q&A for tomorrow at 8 o'clock on my channel, but I'm not sure if that'll come through or not. If it doesn't, I'll probably be doing an episode of Cooking with Andrew, because I've got to cook some macaroni cheese to cook. So I'm sure you'll see me on here again soon. Just say goodbye to everyone, and thank you all for watching.
Thanks, Andrew.
Cheers, chat.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.